How to build assets that pay you forever. Stop trading time for money and start building wealth. You're trapped in a prison disguised as a paycheck. Monday morning, 6 a.m. The alarm screams you awake from dreams you can barely remember into a reality you can barely tolerate. Another week of trading the most precious thing you own, your time, for just enough money to survive until the next paycheck arrives. You shower, dress, commute, perform, produce, please, and pretend that this is what success looks like. That grinding your life away for someone else's profit is somehow honorable, responsible, mature. But late at night, when the noise stops and the distractions fade, you feel it. That quiet desperation, that knowing that this can't be all there is. That working until you're too old to enjoy what you've earned isn't a plan, it's a trap. While you've been romanticizing the struggle, she figured out the game. You know her, that woman who seems mysteriously calm about money, who doesn't panic when bills arrive or stress about taking time off, who talks about her investments and passive income streams like it's normal to have money working for you instead of the other way around. She wasn't born with a trust fund. She wasn't handed opportunities you didn't have. She just understood something you're still learning. Time is finite, but assets are infinite. She stopped selling her life by the hour and started building machines that generate wealth while she sleeps. Here's what most people refuse to accept. If your income disappears the moment you stop working, you're not financially secure. You're financially rented. You don't own your lifestyle. It owns you. You don't have a career. You have a dependency. You don't have security. You have the illusion of it, hanging by the thread of someone else's decision about your worth. The truth is brutal but liberating. Hard work doesn't create wealth. Systems do. The hardest working people in the world aren't the richest. The smartest workers aren't the most financially free. The most dedicated employees aren't the ones retiring early. Because wealth isn't created by effort. It's created by leverage. While you're working harder, she's working smarter. While you're earning more per hour, she's building assets that earn per minute. While you're climbing the corporate ladder, she's building systems that eliminate the need for ladders entirely. The game you've been playing is rigged. The harder you work, the more valuable you become to someone else's empire. The better you perform, the less likely they are to let you leave. The more irreplaceable you make yourself, the more trapped you become. But there's another game, a game where your money works harder than you do, where your ideas generate income while you sleep, where your past efforts pay you forever. It's called asset building, and it's the difference between surviving and thriving. Here's what you've probably been told. Work hard, save money, invest for retirement, hope nothing goes wrong for 40 years. That's not a strategy. That's a prayer. Real wealth builders understand something different. You don't save your way to freedom. You build your way there. Assets are the machines that work when you don't. They're the systems that generate income without demanding your presence. They're the bridge between trading time for money and having money create time. Think about it. Every wealthy person you admire owns things that pay them repeatedly. Real estate that generates rent, businesses that produce profit, investments that compound returns, intellectual property that creates royalties. They don't just have jobs, they own assets. They don't just earn income, they build wealth machines. The woman who seems financially free, she's not earning more per hour than you. She's earning from more sources than you. While you have one income stream, she has 7. While your money sits in savings losing value to inflation, hers multiplies through investments. While you're working for money, her money is working for her. This isn't about privilege or luck or perfect timing. This is about understanding how money actually works versus how you've been taught it works. You've been trained to think like a worker, trade time for money, work harder for raises, save what's left over, hope it's enough. She learned to think like an owner, build systems that generate cash flow, create assets that appreciate, design income streams that run automatically. The shift isn't just financial, it's psychological. When you stop depending on a job for survival, everything changes. Your confidence grows because your security isn't at someone else's mercy. Your stress decreases because your income doesn't stop when you get sick. Your options expand because your time belongs to you again. But here's what this requires: the courage to stop confusing being busy with being productive. Most people are addicted to the illusion of progress. They mistake activity for achievement, hours worked for value created, effort expended for wealth generated. Building assets feels slow at first because it doesn't give you the immediate dopamine hit of a paycheck. There's no boss praising your hustle, no colleagues witnessing your dedication, just you quietly building something that will pay you for years. That's why most people never do it. They need external validation more than they want internal freedom. But the woman who built real wealth, she was willing to look crazy to people who couldn't see past their next paycheck. She was willing to sacrifice immediate gratification for permanent liberation. She understood that the price of freedom is paid in advance, in moments when no one is watching, through decisions that seem small but compound into something extraordinary. This book contains 8 systematic strategies for building assets that pay you forever. Not get-rich-quick schemes or fantasy thinking, but proven systems for creating real wealth that lasts. Strategy 1. Stop selling your life by the hour. Understand how the asset game actually works and why time for money is a losing strategy. Strategy 2. Your mind is your money machine. Reprogram the mental patterns that keep you trapped in worker thinking. Strategy 3. Build digital assets that work while you sleep. Use technology to create income streams that scale infinitely. Strategy 4. Turn your skills into income-producing machines. Transform what you know into assets that pay repeatedly. Strategy 5. Invest in real assets that build generational wealth, property, precious metals, and productive companies that preserve and multiply value. Strategy 6. Automate your money to eliminate financial stress. Systems that handle wealth building so you don't have to think about it. Strategy 7. Design passive income streams that never stop. Multiple cash flow sources that run independently. Strategy 8. Protect and scale your wealth for lifetime security. Advanced strategies for preserving and multiplying what you build. This isn't about becoming obsessed with money. It's about becoming free from worrying about it when your assets cover your expenses. Money stops being a source of stress and becomes a tool for choice. You can take risks because you have security. You can be generous because you have abundance. You can live fully because you own your time. But here's what this demands. You must stop making excuses for why wealth building doesn't apply to you. I don't have enough money to invest. I don't know anything about business. I'm not smart enough for real estate. I'm too old to start. I don't have time to learn. Every excuse is just fear wearing a disguise. Fear that you're not capable. Fear that you don't deserve wealth. Fear that changing your financial reality requires changing who you are. It does. And that's the point. You cannot build wealthy results with poor habits. You cannot create asset owner outcomes with employee thinking. You cannot generate passive income with active resistance to change. The version of you that got you here won't get you there. But the version of you that commits to building assets, she's going to change everything. Here's what the financially free understand that you're still learning. Wealth isn't about the money in your bank account. It's about the systems that refill it automatically. A savings account with $50,000 that only grows through your deposits isn't wealth. It's a temporary pause between paychecks. But $500 in monthly passive income that arrives whether you work or not, that's the beginning of freedom. Because wealthy women don't count money. They count cash flows. They don't measure net worth. They measure financial independence. They don't aim to be rich for a moment. They build systems to stay rich forever. The mathematics are simple but profound. If your expenses are $4,000 per month and your assets generate $4,000 per month in passive income, you're financially free. Not because you're a millionaire, but because you're no longer dependent on trading time for survival. That number, the number where your assets cover your life, is your freedom point, and it's probably smaller than you think. Most people never calculate it because they're too busy climbing ladders that lean against the wrong walls. They're optimizing for salary increases instead of building income streams. They're focused on earning more instead of creating assets that earn for them. 2026 doesn't have to look like 2025. You don't have to repeat another year of trading your finite time for someone else's infinite profit. You don't have to continue the exhausting cycle of working harder just to afford the same life. You can build something that works without you, something that pays you while you sleep, travel, rest, or focus on what actually matters. The prison door isn't locked. You just haven't realized you have the key. Ready to stop being rented and start being owned? Let's build your financial freedom. Chapter 1. Stop selling your life by the hour. Understand the asset game. Your time has an expiration date. Your assets don't. Every morning you wake up with exactly 24 hours. By evening, those hours are gone forever. You can't save them, store them, or get them back. Yet somehow you've been convinced that trading these irreplaceable hours for replaceable money is a smart strategy. It's not. It's financial suicide disguised as responsibility. The asset game operates on completely different rules. While you're selling your life 1 hour at a time, asset builders are creating systems that work 24/7. While you're trading finite time for finite money, they're using finite effort to create infinite returns. The difference isn't intelligence, education, or luck. It's understanding what creates wealth versus what creates the illusion of wealth. Most people confuse income with wealth their entire lives. They think because they earn $80,000 a year, they're financially successful. But if that $80,000 disappears the moment they stop showing up, they're not wealthy. They're employed. Wealth is what remains when your effort ends. Let me tell you about Sarah. 3 years ago, Sarah was the poster child for doing everything right. MBA from a good school, 6-figure salary at a prestigious consulting firm, 401k contributions, emergency fund, the works. She worked 65-hour weeks and felt proud of her strong work ethic. But Sarah had a problem she didn't recognize. Her entire lifestyle was built on selling her time to someone who owned her results. Every dollar she earned required her physical and mental presence. Every vacation day was borrowed time. Every sick day was lost income. Every career decision was filtered through someone else's priorities. Sarah wasn't building wealth. She was renting herself to wealth builders. The wake-up call came during a company restructuring. Despite her performance, dedication, and indispensable status, Sarah's position was eliminated. 15 years of expertise, relationships, and loyalty vanished with a Tuesday morning email. That night, staring at her severance package, Sarah realized the brutal truth. She had confused being highly paid with being highly secure. She had mistaken a good salary for a good strategy. But here's what changed everything for Sarah. She stopped asking, "How can I earn more?" and started asking, how can I build something that earns without me? That question shifted her from employee thinking to owner thinking, from trading time to building systems, from working for money to making money work for her. Today, Sarah earns more from her assets than she ever did from her salary. Not because she's special, but because she learned the rules of a different game. The asset equation that changes everything. There are only 3 types of things you can own with your money. Assets. Things that put money in your pocket regularly. Liabilities. Things that take money out of your pocket regularly. Neutral items. Things that neither add nor subtract money flow. Most people spend their lives accumulating liabilities while calling them assets. The house with a mortgage payment that exceeds rental value? Liability. The car with monthly payments, insurance, and depreciation? Liability. The subscription services you rarely use? Liabilities. Real assets have one defining characteristic. They pay you. A rental property that generates positive cash flow each month is an asset. A dividend-paying stock that deposits money into your account quarterly is an asset. An online course that sells while you sleep is an asset. A business that produces profit without your daily involvement is an asset. The wealthy understand this distinction instinctively. They use their money to acquire things that increase their money. Everyone else uses their money to acquire things that decrease their money, then wonders why they never get ahead. The 3 pillars of asset-based wealth. Every asset that pays you forever fits into one of 3 categories. Cash flow, assets. These send money to your account regularly. Rental properties, dividend stocks, online businesses, royalties, bonds. Cash flow assets are the foundation of financial freedom because they create income independence. When your cash flow assets cover your living expenses, you're financially free. Appreciation assets. These grow in value over time. Real estate, index funds, collectibles, businesses, intellectual property. Appreciation assets protect you from inflation and build long-term wealth. They may not pay you monthly, but they're growing quietly in the background. Protection assets. These preserve wealth during uncertainty. Gold, cash reserves, insurance, diversified investments. Protection assets don't necessarily grow fast, but they keep what you've built safe from market crashes, economic downturns, and unexpected events. The magic happens when these 3 work together. Cash flow provides immediate income. Appreciation builds future wealth. Protection preserves what you've created. This combination creates wealth that survives any economic weather. Why most people never escape the time for money trap. The time for money model feels safe because it's immediate and predictable. Work today, get paid today. But that safety is an illusion, and the price is your freedom. Here's what the time for money trap really costs you. Time ceiling. There are only 24 hours in a day. No matter how efficient you become, you can't create more time. Your income is forever limited by the hours you can work. Health decline. Trading time for money often means trading health for money. Stress, exhaustion, and burnout are the hidden costs of the hourly mindset. Opportunity loss. Every hour you spend working for someone else is an hour you can't spend building for yourself. The opportunity cost compounds over decades. Lifestyle dependency. The more you earn by the hour, the more hours you need to maintain your lifestyle. Success traps you deeper in the system. Retirement fantasy. The idea that you can work for 40 years, save 10% of your income, and retire comfortably is mathematically impossible for most people. The numbers don't work. Asset builders escape this trap by understanding leverage. They use time, money, and systems to multiply their results. Instead of trading hours for dollars, they trade effort for equity. Instead of working for income, they work for ownership. The mindset shift that changes everything. Moving from time seller to asset builder requires a fundamental shift in how you think about work, money, and value creation. From hours to systems. Stop asking, how much per hour can I earn? Start asking, how can I build something that earns without hours? From income to ownership. Stop focusing on salary increases. Start focusing on acquiring things that produce income. From spending to investing. Stop asking, can I afford this? Start asking, will this make me money? From saving to building. Stop trying to save your way to wealth. Start building your way to wealth. From security to freedom. Stop trading freedom for the illusion of security. Start building real security through diversified assets. Sarah made this shift by starting small. While still employed, she began building digital assets, creating online courses from her consulting expertise. The first course took 3 months to create and earned $2,000 in the first year. But here's what mattered. That $2,000 came from work she did once. While her salary required her to show up every day, her course sales happened while she slept, vacationed, and eventually while she was building her next course. She reinvested the profits into learning about real estate investing, bought her first rental property using money from her digital assets. The rental income covered the mortgage and generated positive cash flow. Then she used the cash flow from both assets to invest in dividend-paying stocks. Each dividend payment bought more stocks, creating compound growth. 3 years later, Sarah's assets generate more income than her old salary. The difference is that this income doesn't require her presence, her commute, her performance reviews, or her boss's approval. The asset acquisition framework. Building assets doesn't require massive capital or special knowledge. It requires systematic thinking and consistent action. Start with skills. Your knowledge and experience are your first assets. Package what you know into products, courses, consulting, or services that can scale beyond your time. Build digital assets. Use technology to create once and sell many times. Digital products have infinite scalability and minimal overhead. Acquire cash flow. Invest in assets that pay you regularly. Start small with dividend funds or EETs if real estate feels too big initially. Reinvest returns. Use asset income to buy more assets. Compound growth accelerates when you reinvest profits instead of spending them. Diversify protection. Don't put everything in one asset type. Build a portfolio that can weather different economic conditions. Automate systems. Set up automatic investments and income collection so your wealth builds without constant attention. The key is starting before you feel ready. Asset building is a skill that improves with practice. Your first asset won't be perfect, but it will be yours. And ownership, however small, changes your relationship with money forever. The freedom timeline. Most people think wealth building takes decades, but when you focus on cash flow instead of net worth, financial freedom can happen much faster. If your monthly expenses are $4,000 and you can build assets that generate $4,000 in monthly cash flow, you're financially free. Not rich, not millionaire status, but free from trading time for survival that might take 5 years instead of 40. Not because you earned more per hour, but because you built systems that earn without hours. The woman who seems mysteriously calm about money, she's not earning $500,000 a year. She's earning $5,000 a month from assets that work while she lives her life. That's the difference between being financially impressive and being financially free. Your asset building begins now. You don't need permission to start building assets. You don't need perfect conditions or complete knowledge. You need commitment to stop trading your irreplaceable time for replaceable money. The most dangerous lie you tell yourself is, I'll start investing when I have more money. But more money never feels like enough money. The goalpost keeps moving. The person who starts with $100 today will outpace the person who waits for $10,000 tomorrow. Because asset building isn't about the amount you start with, it's about the mindset you start with. Start with $1 if that's what you have. Start with an idea if that's all you own. Start with 15 minutes a day if that's your available time. But start. Every day you delay is a day your money could have been working for you. Every excuse you make is a choice to stay trapped in the time for money cycle. Every someday is a vote for staying where you are. The compound effect of small actions taken consistently will amaze you. The compound effect of delayed action will haunt you. Your life is not a dress rehearsal. Your time is not renewable. Your potential is not unlimited, but your assets can be. Stop selling your hours. Start building your freedom. The asset game is waiting for you to play. Chapter 2. Your mind is your money machine. Think like a wealth builder. Poor people work for money. Rich people make money work for them. The difference isn't luck, education, or connections. It's how they think. Your mind is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. It determines whether you see opportunity or obstacles, whether you create wealth or consume it, whether you build systems or stay trapped in cycles. Every financial decision you make is first a mental decision. How you think about money determines how you handle money. How you think about time determines how you use time. How you think about yourself determines what you believe you deserve. Most people have poor mental programming about money, not because they're stupid, but because they've been programmed by other people who were also financially trapped. Your parents taught you what they learned about money from their parents, who learned from their parents, and so on. Unless someone in that chain broke free from financial struggle, you inherited their limitations along with their lessons. But here's the truth that changes everything. Your past financial programming is not your permanent financial destiny. You can rewire your relationship with money. You can upgrade your wealth-building software. You can think yourself out of poverty and into prosperity. The question is whether you're ready to challenge everything you've been taught about how money works. The consumer mind versus the creator mind. Every person operates from one of two financial mindsets, consumer or creator. The consumer mind asks, what can I get? What can I buy? What can I own? How can I afford this? Where's the sale? What's the best deal? The creator mind asks, what can I build? What can I make? What can I solve? How can I add value? Where's the opportunity? What's the potential? Consumers spend their lives taking value from the marketplace. Creators spend their lives adding value to the marketplace. And the marketplace rewards value creators with wealth. This isn't about being selfish versus generous. It's about being a net taker versus a net giver. When you create more value than you consume, money flows toward you naturally. Let me tell you about Marcus. 2 years ago, Marcus was the perfect consumer. He spent hours researching the best deals, comparing prices, hunting for discounts. He was proud of his ability to find bargains and save money on purchases. But Marcus had a problem. He was optimizing his spending while ignoring his earning. He was focused on getting the best price for things he bought instead of creating things other people would buy. His entire mental energy was directed toward consumption, not creation. He thought like a customer, not like a business owner. He saw every transaction as a cost, not as an opportunity. The shift happened when Marcus stopped asking, "How can I afford this?" and started asking, "How can I profit from this?" Instead of buying the latest productivity course, he created one. Instead of purchasing expensive software, he built a simple version and sold it to others. Instead of hunting for discounts, he started offering services that people paid premium prices for. Marcus didn't change what he did, he changed how he thought about what he did. That mental shift transformed him from a money spender into a money maker. Today, Marcus earns more from his creator activities than he ever saved through smart consuming. Not because creating is inherently better than consuming, but because the marketplace pays creators and charges consumers. The scarcity program versus the abundance program. Most people operate from scarcity programming without realizing it. Scarcity thinking believes money is limited and hard to get. Wealthy people took money from others. You have to choose between money and morality. Rich people are lucky or greedy. There's not enough to go around. Making money requires sacrificing time, health, or relationships. Abundance thinking understands. Money flows where value is created. Wealth is generated by solving problems. You can be profitable and ethical. Rich people built systems that serve others. Value creation expands the pie for everyone. Making money can enhance time, health, and relationships. The program you run determines your results. Scarcity programming leads to scarcity results. Abundance programming leads to abundant results. But here's what most people don't understand. You didn't choose your original programming. It was installed by your environment, family, culture, media, education. You absorbed beliefs about money before you were old enough to question them. The good news is that programming can be changed. Mental software can be upgraded. Limiting beliefs can be replaced with empowering ones. The employee program versus the owner program. The employee program believes security comes from having a job. Income should be predictable and steady. Someone else should handle the risk. Trading time for money is normal. Benefits and retirement are the employer's responsibility. Career growth comes from promotions. The owner program believes security comes from building systems. Income should be scalable and leveraged. You control your own risk through diversification. Money should work harder than you do. Benefits and retirement are your responsibility to create. Wealth growth comes from asset building. Most people run employee programming their entire lives. Even when they start businesses, they create jobs for themselves instead of building assets. They trade time for money at a higher rate, but still trade time for money. True owner programming means building systems that generate wealth without your constant presence. It means creating value that scales beyond your personal time and effort. The linear thinking versus exponential thinking. Linear thinking believes growth happens step by step. Work harder, earn more, save more, retire eventually. 1 + 1 = 2. Exponential thinking understands leverage. Build systems, scale solutions, compound results, retire early. 1 plus 1 equals 11 when properly leveraged. Most people think linearly about money because linear thinking feels safe and predictable, but exponential results come from exponential thinking. Every wealthy person understands leverage using tools, systems, or people to multiply their results. They don't work 10 times harder than everyone else. They work 10 times smarter. Linear thinkers ask, how can I earn more per hour? Exponential thinkers ask, how can I earn without hours? Linear thinkers focus on salary increases, overtime pay, second jobs. Exponential thinkers focus on asset building, system creation, passive income. The immediate gratification versus delayed gratification program. Consumer culture has programmed most people for immediate gratification. Buy now, pay later, instant satisfaction, immediate results. But wealth building requires delayed gratification. Plant now, harvest later, invest today, benefit tomorrow. Build systems now, enjoy freedom later. The person who can delay gratification has a massive advantage in wealth building. They can save when others spend. They can invest when others consume. They can build when others play. This doesn't mean never enjoying life. It means enjoying life strategically, after you've secured your foundation, not before. The programming upgrade process. Changing your money mindset isn't about positive thinking or affirmations. It's about consciously reprogramming your mental software through awareness. Notice your current thought patterns about money. What do you think when you see prices? How do you react to investment opportunities? What stories do you tell yourself about wealthy people? Challenge. Question your inherited beliefs. Where did these ideas come from? Are they serving you? Are they even true? What evidence supports or contradicts them? Replace. Consciously install new programming. Study how wealth builders think, read their stories, understand their strategies, model their mindsets. Practice. Apply new thinking patterns consistently. Make decisions from your new programming, not your old patterns. Reinforce wealth-building thoughts through action. Environment. Surround yourself with people who think abundantly about money. Limit exposure to scarcity thinking. Choose media that reinforces growth mindsets. The identity shift that changes everything. The most powerful programming upgrade is identity transformation. Instead of thinking, I'm someone who works for money, start thinking, I'm someone who builds assets. Identity drives behavior. Behavior creates results. When you see yourself as an asset builder, you naturally make asset-building decisions. This shift happens through small daily choices, choosing to learn about investments instead of watching TV, choosing to build something instead of just consuming, choosing to save and invest instead of spending everything, choosing to think long-term instead of just immediate. Each choice reinforces your new identity. Each action proves to yourself that you're becoming someone different. Over time, wealth-building behavior becomes automatic because it matches who you believe you are. The wealthy woman's mindset. Wealthy women think differently about money than struggling women. They see money as a tool for freedom, not a source of stress. Energy that should flow and multiply, not be hoarded. A scorecard for value creation, not personal worth. A means to impact and generosity, not selfishness. Something they deserve and can grow, not something scarce and limited. They also think differently about themselves. They're capable of building wealth. They deserve financial freedom. They can learn whatever they need to know. They're responsible for their financial future. They have value to offer the marketplace. Your mental money makeover starts now. Your current financial situation is a reflection of your current mental programming. If you want different results, you need different thinking. Start by auditing your money thoughts. For 1 week, notice every thought you have about money, wealth, investing, and rich people. Don't judge them, just observe them. Then ask, are these thoughts helping me build wealth or keeping me trapped in financial struggle? The thoughts that serve your wealth-building goals, keep and strengthen. The thoughts that sabotage your financial future, question and replace. Remember, your mind is your money machine. Program it for poverty, and it will generate poverty. Program it for wealth, and it will create wealth. The choice is yours. The power is in your thoughts. Think like the wealthy woman you're becoming, not like the struggling woman you're leaving behind. Chapter 3: Build digital assets that work while you sleep. The internet is the greatest wealth-building tool in human history, and most people use it to watch cat videos. You're living in an era where anyone with a laptop and an idea can build assets that generate income 24/7, reach customers worldwide, and scale infinitely without additional effort. Yet somehow you've been convinced that real wealth still requires physical presence, traditional credentials, and massive startup capital. That's not just wrong, it's financially suicidal. While you're debating whether you're qualified to build online, teenagers are becoming millionaires selling digital products they created in their bedrooms. While you're waiting for permission from some authority figure, entrepreneurs are launching automated businesses that earn while they vacation in Bali. The digital revolution didn't just change how we communicate, it demolished every excuse you've ever had for not building wealth. Digital assets are the closest thing to magic that exists in the real world. You create something once, and it can generate income forever. No physical inventory, no shipping costs, no geographic limitations, no time zone restrictions, pure leverage. But here's what stops most people. They're still thinking like employees in an owner's world. Let me tell you about Emma. 18 months ago, Emma was a marketing manager making $65,000 a year, spending 50+ hours a week helping someone else build their empire. She was good at her job, respected by colleagues, on track for promotions. She was also completely trapped. Every dollar Emma earned required her physical and mental presence. Every vacation was borrowed time that reduced her paycheck. Every sick day was lost income. She was renting herself to wealth builders instead of becoming one. But Emma had knowledge that other people needed. Years of marketing experience, insights about consumer behavior, strategies that actually worked. The problem was, she was only monetizing this knowledge once, through her salary. The transformation began when Emma asked herself a different question. Instead of using my knowledge to make someone else rich, how can I package it to build my own wealth? That question led Emma to create a simple online course teaching small business owners the marketing strategies she'd developed over her career. The course took her 3 months to create. Working evenings and weekends. The first month, she sold 12 copies at $297 each. Not life-changing money, but something had shifted. Emma had created something once that could sell indefinitely. Her knowledge was now working for her, not just her employer. Today, Emma's digital business generates $35,000 per month from multiple courses, coaching programs, and digital products. She quit her job 6 months ago and now earns more working 20 hours a week than she ever did working 50. The difference? Emma stopped trading time for money and started building systems that trade value for money. The digital leverage revolution. Digital assets operate on completely different physics than physical assets. In the physical world, everything has limits. You can only be in one place, serve one customer, sell one product at a time. In the digital world, limits disappear. One video can be watched by millions. One course can teach thousands simultaneously. One product can sell while you sleep, eat, travel, or focus on creating the next one. This is leverage at its purest form. Minimal ongoing effort creating maximum ongoing results. The 5 types of digital assets that pay forever. Educational content, courses, workshops, tutorials, masterclasses. People will always pay to learn faster, avoid mistakes, and achieve better results. If you know something others want to learn, you have a digital asset waiting to be built. Information products. Ebooks, guides, templates, frameworks, checklists. These solve specific problems or provide valuable shortcuts. Once created, they can sell automatically without your involvement. Software and apps. Tools that automate tasks, solve problems, or provide entertainment. Even simple solutions can generate substantial recurring revenue through subscriptions or one-time purchases. Content platforms. YouTube channels, podcasts, blogs that build audiences and monetize through advertising, sponsorships, or affiliate marketing. Your audience becomes your asset. Service systems. Automated consulting, coaching, or service delivery through online platforms. You create the system once, and it can serve clients with minimal ongoing input. The beauty of digital assets is that they stack and multiply. Your course leads people to your coaching program. Your free content builds an audience for your paid products. Your templates attract customers for your services. Each asset amplifies the others. Why most people never build digital assets. Despite the obvious advantages, most people never create digital wealth. Here's why. Perfectionism. They wait until they're expert enough or their product is perfect. Meanwhile, imperfect products launched today outperform perfect products never launched. Imposter syndrome. They convince themselves they have nothing valuable to offer, but what's obvious to you is revolutionary to someone else. Your basic knowledge is someone's breakthrough. Technology fear. They assume building digital products requires advanced technical skills, but today's tools make it possible to create and sell digital assets without coding knowledge. Immediate gratification addiction. Digital assets often start small and grow through consistency. People want overnight success, so they quit before compounding begins. Traditional thinking. They're trapped in the employee mindset that equates work with physical presence. They can't imagine earning money while absent. The asset creation framework. Building digital assets that pay forever follows a predictable process. Step 1, knowledge inventory. What do you know that others need to learn? What problems can you solve? What questions do people ask you repeatedly? Your expertise doesn't have to be PhD level, it just has to be useful. Step 2, market validation. Before creating anything, confirm people will pay for it. Ask your network what challenges they face. Look at online forums, social media groups, and competitor offerings. Demand validation prevents waste. Step 3, minimum viable product. Create the simplest version that delivers value. A basic course is better than no course. A simple template beats a complicated system never launched. Start small, test fast, improve based on feedback. Step 4, automation systems. Build the infrastructure that allows your assets to sell without you. Payment processing, content delivery, customer communication, and support systems that run automatically. Step 5, scale and optimize. Once your initial asset generates consistent income, reinvest profits into better tools, additional products, and marketing systems that multiply your reach. The platform strategy. Digital assets become powerful when built on multiple platforms that work together. Content, platform, YouTube, blog, podcast, or social media channel that builds your audience and establishes your expertise. Sales platform, website or landing pages that convert visitors into customers through clear value propositions and simple purchasing processes. Delivery platform, course platforms, membership sites, or apps that provide your digital products to customers efficiently. Communication platform, email lists, messaging systems, or community platforms that maintain relationships with customers and promote new offerings. Each platform feeds the others, creating a digital ecosystem that grows stronger over time. The compound effect of digital assets. Digital wealth builds differently than traditional wealth. Instead of linear growth, you experience compound acceleration. Your first product might earn $1,000. Your second might earn $5,000 because you have an audience from the first. Your third might earn $20,000 because you understand what works. Each success provides resources, knowledge, and credibility that makes the next success easier and bigger. Emma's transformation didn't happen overnight. Her first course took months to create and weeks to sell its first copy. But each sale proved the concept. Each customer provided feedback that improved the product. Each improvement generated more sales. 18 months later, Emma has created an automated wealth machine that serves customers worldwide while she focuses on strategy, innovation, and living her life on her terms. The multiplier effect. What makes digital assets truly powerful is their ability to multiply value in ways physical assets never can. When you sell a physical product, you lose inventory. When you sell a digital product, you lose nothing but gain revenue. This creates the ultimate business model: infinite inventory, global reach, automated delivery, and pure profit margins after initial creation costs. The most successful digital asset builders understand that they're not just selling products, they're creating wealth machines that compound over time. Each customer becomes a potential advocate. Each product creates demand for additional products. Each piece of content builds authority that drives more sales. The freedom timeline. Traditional businesses require months or years to become profitable. Digital assets can generate income within weeks of creation. Not massive income initially, but proof of concept that motivates continued building. Emma's timeline illustrates the typical digital asset journey. Month 1-3, creation and launch, minimal income. Month 4, bust 6, initial sales and customer feedback, $5,000 month. Month 7 down 12, optimization and second product, $15,000 month. Month 13, 18, system automation and scaling, $35,000 month. The key is understanding that digital wealth builds through momentum, not just effort. Each action amplifies the previous one until your income becomes truly passive. Your digital asset future. The question isn't whether digital assets work. The question's whether you'll overcome the mental barriers that keep most people trapped in time for money cycles. You don't need permission to start building digital wealth. You don't need perfect credentials or massive budgets. You need clarity about what value you can create and commitment to building it systematically. The internet has democratized wealth creation. Geography, background, education, and connections matter less than they ever have. Value creation and execution matter more. Start with one digital asset. Master the process. Reinvest the profits. Scale the system. Before you know it, you'll have built something that pays you forever. The most expensive decision you can make is waiting for perfect conditions that will never come. The most profitable decision you can make is starting with imperfect action today. While others debate whether it's possible, you'll be proving it's profitable. The digital revolution is waiting for you to claim your piece of it. Chapter 4. Turn your skills into income-producing machines. What you know is more valuable than what you own, but most people die with their knowledge still locked inside their heads. You've spent years developing expertise, solving problems, and learning lessons that could transform other people's lives. Yet somehow you've been convinced that this knowledge is only valuable when applied to someone else's business, for someone else's profit, under someone else's direction. That's not just financially limiting, it's criminally wasteful. Every skill you've mastered, every insight you've gained, every problem you've learned to solve is a potential income-producing machine waiting to be activated. The question isn't whether you have valuable knowledge. The question is whether you'll package it into assets that work for you instead of just through you. Most people treat their skills like employees, only valuable when actively working, but skills can be transformed into owners, assets that generate income even when you're not using them directly. The shift from skill worker to skill owner changes everything. Let me tell you about David. 3 years ago, David was a senior software engineer making $120,000 annually at a tech company. 15 years of experience, respected by colleagues, considered an expert in his field. He was well paid, but completely trapped in the time for money cycle. Every dollar David earned required his physical presence at a desk, in meetings, solving other people's problems. His expertise was making his employer millions, while he collected a salary that barely covered his cost of living in an expensive tech city. But David possessed something incredibly valuable, deep knowledge about software architecture that most developers struggle with. He could diagnose complex problems in minutes that would take others hours. He understood patterns and solutions that weren't taught in boot camps or universities. The transformation began when David stopped asking, "How can I get promoted?" and started asking, "How can I monetize what I already know?" Instead of hoarding his knowledge for his day job, David began packaging it. He started with a simple blog sharing architectural insights. Then he created a video course teaching advanced debugging techniques. He offered weekend workshops for developers struggling with scalability issues. Today, David earns more from his knowledge products than he ever did from his salary. Not because he works more hours, but because he transformed his skills from time-based services into scalable assets. His debugging course alone has generated over $200,000 in revenue from a one-time creation effort. His consulting rates tripled because his content established him as a recognized authority. His weekend workshops book months in advance at premium prices. David didn't become more skilled. He became more strategic about how he monetized the skills he already had. The hidden assets in your head. Most people dramatically underestimate the market value of their knowledge because they suffer from the curse of knowledge. What seems obvious to you is mysterious to someone else. Your basic knowledge is someone else's breakthrough. Your routine solutions are someone else's struggle. Your natural insights are someone else's expensive mistakes waiting to be avoided. Every question people ask you repeatedly signals a monetization opportunity. Every problem you solve easily indicates knowledge others would pay to acquire. Every shortcut you've discovered represents value you could package and sell. The 5 skill monetization models. Direct teaching. Courses, workshops, masterclasses, coaching programs. People pay premium prices to learn faster and avoid costly mistakes. Your teaching compresses years of experience into hours of learning. Consulting services. High-value problem solving for businesses or individuals. Instead of being an employee solving problems for one company, become a consultant solving problems for many companies at much higher rates. Done-for-you services. Offering to implement your expertise for clients rather than just teaching them. This combines your knowledge with execution, allowing you to charge for results rather than just information. Tools and templates. Packaging your knowledge into reusable systems, frameworks, checklists, or software that others can apply independently. Create once, sell repeatedly. Content platforms. Building audiences through valuable content that monetizes through advertising, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, or product sales. Your knowledge becomes the foundation for media empire. The most successful knowledge entrepreneurs combine multiple models, creating an ecosystem where each reinforces the others. Why most people never monetize their knowledge. Despite having valuable expertise, most people never build income from their knowledge because of mental barriers, not practical obstacles. Undervaluation. They assume everyone knows what they know, but expertise is distributed unevenly. Your specialized knowledge is rare and valuable to those who need it. Perfectionism. They wait until they know enough to teach others, but you don't need to know everything, just more than your audience. One step ahead is enough to guide others forward. Imposter syndrome. They convince themselves they're not qualified to charge for their knowledge. But qualifications come from results, not credentials. If you can solve problems others can't, you're qualified. Scaling confusion. They only think about one-to-one knowledge transfer through jobs or individual consulting, but knowledge scales infinitely when properly packaged. Platform paralysis. They don't know where to start or what platform to use, but platforms are tools, not strategies. Focus on value creation first, platform optimization second. The knowledge to asset transformation process. Step 1. Knowledge audit. Catalog what you know that others struggle with. List problems you solve easily, questions people ask you frequently, and skills that took you years to develop. This inventory reveals your monetization opportunities. Step 2. Market research. Validate demand before creating supply. Who needs what you know? How much would they pay for solutions? What alternatives are they currently using? Where do they gather online? Research prevents building products nobody wants. Step 3. Packaging strategy. Transform your knowledge from abstract expertise into concrete value. Create frameworks, systems, step-by-step processes, or tools that others can apply. Package insights into actionable formats. Step 4. Delivery system. Choose how you'll transfer knowledge to customers. Online courses, live workshops, coaching calls, written materials, software tools, or done-for-you services. Match delivery method to customer preferences and your strengths. Step 5. Authority building. Establish credibility through consistent, valuable content. Share insights, case studies, and results publicly. Build reputation that supports premium pricing and attracts ideal customers. Step 6. systematization. Create repeatable processes for knowledge delivery. Develop curricula, frameworks, and systems that can scale without requiring your constant presence. Turn expertise into assets that work independently. The compound effect of knowledge assets. Knowledge-based assets compound in unique ways. Each student's success story becomes social proof for future sales. Each piece of content builds authority that supports higher prices. Each interaction teaches you more about your market, improving your products. Unlike physical assets that depreciate, knowledge assets appreciate as you refine them based on customer feedback and market evolution. Your first course might be good. Your fifth course, informed by hundreds of student interactions, becomes exceptional. David's transformation illustrates this compound effect. His initial blog posts established credibility. His first course proved market demand. His workshop success enabled premium pricing. Each success built foundation for bigger opportunities. Today, David has created a knowledge empire that generates multiple income streams. Online courses that sell automatically, high-paid consulting engagements, speaking opportunities, and partnership deals with software companies. None of this required more technical skills. It required packaging and promoting the skills he already had. The authority advantage. When you successfully monetize your knowledge, something powerful happens beyond just income generation. You become recognized as an authority in your field. This recognition creates opportunities that employed experts never experience: premium pricing power, inbound customer opportunities, partnership offers, media attention, and network expansion with other high-level experts. Authority is one of the most valuable assets you can build because it multiplies the value of everything else you create. Your knowledge monetization blueprint. Start with one piece of knowledge that solves a specific problem for a specific audience. Don't try to teach everything to everyone. Focus creates impact, and impact creates income. Choose the delivery method that excites you most. If you love teaching, create courses. If you prefer solving problems, offer consulting. If you enjoy writing, develop information products. Passion fuels persistence, and persistence creates success. Begin before you feel ready. Your first attempt won't be perfect, but perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. Each iteration teaches you more about your market and improves your offering. Price based on value, not time. Don't think, how much is my hour worth? Think, how much is this problem worth solving? Value-based pricing transforms knowledge from commodity to asset. The liberation of knowledge assets. When your knowledge starts generating income independently of your time, you experience a profound shift. You're no longer just an expert. You're an expert who owns assets built from expertise. This ownership changes everything. Instead of selling your time to one employer, you serve multiple customers at higher margins. Instead of having one income stream, you build multiple revenue sources. Instead of being replaceable, you become irreplaceable because you own the platform. Your skills stop being something you do and become something you own. That ownership is the foundation of true financial freedom. The multiplier effect of packaged knowledge. The most powerful aspect of knowledge monetization is how it multiplies your impact without multiplying your effort. When you solve a problem for one consulting client, you help one person. When you package that solution into a course, you help hundreds with the same effort. This multiplication creates exponential returns on your expertise. David's debugging course has helped over 2,000 developers solve problems that would have taken them months to figure out independently. His knowledge created value worth millions of dollars to his students while generating substantial income for him. Breaking free from the expertise trap. The knowledge in your head represents years of investment, education, experience, trial and error, lessons learned through both success and failure. It's time to get a return on that investment. Too many experts spend their entire careers giving away their most valuable asset, their expertise, in exchange for a paycheck that captures only a fraction of the value they create. They solve million-dollar problems for $1,000 salaries. But when you package your knowledge into assets, you capture the full value of your expertise while helping more people than any job could reach. Transform what you know into income that flows. Build machines from your mind. Your knowledge is waiting to work for you. The question is whether you'll put it to work. Chapter 5. Invest in real assets that build generational wealth. Inflation is theft, and real assets are your protection and your profit. While you've been saving money in accounts that pay 2% interest, inflation has been stealing 8% of your purchasing power annually. While you've been playing it safe with cash, people who own real assets have been getting richer automatically. The system is designed to transfer wealth from savers to owners, from people who hold money to people who hold assets, from those who play it safe to those who understand the game. If you're not building wealth through real assets, you're getting poorer every day, even if your bank balance is growing. Real assets aren't trendy investments or speculative bets. They're the foundation stones that wealth has been built on for centuries. They're what wealthy families pass down through generations. They're what separates the temporarily rich from the permanently wealthy. And they're available to anyone smart enough to stop playing victim to the monetary system and start using it instead. Let me tell you about Linda. 5 years ago, Linda was a classic good saver. She had $40,000 in her savings account, earning 1.5% interest, diligently adding $500 every month. She was proud of her financial discipline and felt secure knowing she had money safe in the bank. But Linda didn't understand that her safety was an illusion. Inflation was eroding her purchasing power faster than her interest was growing it. Her $40,000 could buy less each year, not more. She was working hard to save money that was automatically becoming worth less. The awakening came when Linda realized her grandmother's house, bought for $15,000 in 1960, was now worth $400,000. Her grandmother hadn't become a real estate expert or worked harder. She just owned something real while money became worth less. That insight changed everything for Linda. Instead of saving money, she started acquiring assets. Instead of avoiding risk, she started understanding that not owning assets was the real risk. Today, Linda's portfolio of real assets generates more income than her job ever did. Her rental properties provide monthly cash flow. Her dividend stocks send quarterly payments. Her precious metals protect against currency devaluation. Her business investments multiply her money through other people's efforts. Linda stopped being a saver and became an owner. That transformation created generational wealth that will benefit her family for decades. The Trinity of Real Wealth. True wealth isn't built on one asset type. It's built on 3 pillars that work together to create unshakable financial foundation. Productive assets. Real estate, dividend-paying stocks, businesses that generate cash flow. These assets pay you to own them. They provide income that can cover your expenses, making you financially independent. Appreciating assets. assets that grow in value over time. Real estate in growing markets, index funds, well-managed businesses. These build long-term wealth through capital appreciation, protecting you from inflation and funding your future. Protection assets. Gold, silver, other precious metals that preserve purchasing power during economic uncertainty. These don't generate income, but they protect the wealth you've accumulated when currencies lose value or markets crash. Each pillar serves a different purpose, but together they create wealth that survives any economic weather. Why real estate remains the wealth builder's foundation. Real estate has created more millionaires than any other investment class because it combines all three asset types in one package. Cash flow. Rental income provides monthly payments that can cover mortgages and generate profit. Appreciation. Property values increase over time, building equity and long-term wealth. Leverage. You can control $300,000 worth of real estate with $60,000 down, amplifying your returns through borrowed money. Tax benefits. Depreciation, mortgage interest deductions, and tax-deferred exchanges reduce your tax burden while building wealth. Inflation protection. As money loses value, property values and rents increase, protecting your purchasing power. But here's what stops most people from investing in real estate. They think they need huge amounts of cash, perfect credit, or extensive knowledge. The real estate industry encourages this myth because it keeps competition low. The truth is that real estate investment has been democratized. Real estate investment trusts, REITs, let you own income-producing property with as little as $100. Crowdfunding platforms allow fractional ownership of commercial properties. House hacking strategies let you live in properties while tenants pay your mortgage. The barrier isn't money, it's mindset. The dividend strategy for passive income. Dividend-paying stocks offer one of the most accessible entry points into real asset ownership. When you buy dividend stocks, you're purchasing pieces of profitable companies that share their earnings with shareholders. Unlike growth stocks that only make you money when you sell them, dividend stocks pay you to hold them. Every quarter, cash appears in your account simply because you own shares. This cash flow can be reinvested to buy more shares, creating compound growth that builds substantial wealth over time. The most successful dividend investors focus on companies with consistent earnings, growth over decades, regular dividend increases year after year, strong market positions in essential industries, business models that generate predictable cash flow. These aren't exciting stocks that promise overnight riches. They're boring companies that pay steady income and grow reliably over time. Boring makes you rich. Exciting keeps you poor. Precious metals as insurance and opportunity. Gold and silver aren't investments. They're insurance policies against monetary mismanagement. For 5,000 years, precious metals have preserved purchasing power when currencies failed, governments collapsed, and economies crashed. You don't buy gold hoping to get rich. You buy gold knowing you'll stay rich even when everything else falls apart. But precious metals also provide opportunity during crisis. When people panic about economic uncertainty, they flee to gold and silver, driving prices up dramatically. The metal you bought as insurance becomes profit during other people's fear. Modern precious metals investing doesn't require storing bars in your basement. Exchange-traded funds, ETFs, let you own gold and silver with the same convenience as stocks. Precious metals IRAs allow retirement investment in physical metals with tax advantages. The real asset allocation strategy. Building generational wealth requires strategic allocation across real asset types based on your age, income, and goals. Foundation phase, 20s, 30s. Focus on cash-flowing assets like dividend stocks and REITs. Build income streams that can fund future real estate investments. Growth phase, 30s, 40s. Add direct real estate investment for leverage and tax benefits. Maintain dividend stocks for stability and compound growth. Protection phase, 40s plus. Increase precious metals allocation to protect accumulated wealth. Maintain real estate and dividends for income and growth. The exact percentages matter less than the principle. Own assets that generate income, appreciate over time, and protect against currency devaluation. Overcoming real asset investment barriers. I don't have enough money. Start with REITs, dividend ETFs, or precious metals ETFs that require minimal investment. Build knowledge and capital simultaneously. I don't understand real estate. Begin with REITs to learn how property markets work. Read, study, and connect with local investors before making direct purchases. The market might crash. Real assets protect you from crashes because they have intrinsic value. Paper money can become worthless. Land, businesses, and metals retain value. Interest rates are too high. High rates hurt property prices short term, but create buying opportunities. Rental income still covers mortgages, and lower prices mean better deals. I might need the money. Build emergency funds in liquid accounts before investing in real assets. Never invest money you might need within 5 years. The compound effect of real asset ownership. Real assets compound wealth in ways that savings accounts never can. Rental income increases with inflation. Dividend stocks grow payments annually. Property appreciates while generating cash flow. Precious metals preserve purchasing power across decades. Linda's transformation illustrates this compounding. Her first rental property generated $300 monthly profit after expenses. She used that income to save for the next property faster. The second property generated $400 monthly profit. The third generated $500. Today, Linda's real estate portfolio generates $3,800 monthly in passive income while appreciating in value. Her dividend stocks add another $1,200 monthly. Her precious metals have appreciated 40% since purchase. Linda's assets now generate more income than her old job while building wealth for her children's future. The tax advantages that accelerate wealth. Real assets provide tax benefits that supercharge wealth building. Real estate investors can depreciate properties even while they appreciate, creating tax-free income. Dividend stocks in retirement accounts grow tax-deferred for decades. Precious metals held for over 1 year qualify for lower capital gains rates. These tax advantages mean you keep more of what you earn, accelerating your path to financial independence. The government incentivizes real asset ownership because it creates economic stability and growth. Smart investors structure their real asset purchases to maximize tax benefits while minimizing current tax burden. This legal tax optimization can save tens of thousands of dollars annually, money that can be reinvested to buy more assets. Your real asset journey begins now. The monetary system rewards asset owners and punishes money holders. This isn't conspiracy, it's policy. Central banks deliberately create inflation to stimulate borrowing and spending. You can either complain about this system or profit from it. Real asset owners profit from inflation because their assets become worth more while their debt becomes worth less. Start with what you can afford today. 1 RET stock, 1 ounce of silver, 1 small rental property down payment fund. Every real asset you acquire moves you from the victim side of the monetary system to the winner side. The goal isn't to get rich quick, it's to build wealth that lasts generations. Real assets create real wealth because they represent real value that exists independently of monetary manipulation. Stop saving money that's designed to lose value. Start owning assets that are designed to gain value. Your financial future depends on understanding the difference. Chapter 6. Automate your money to eliminate financial stress. Your money should work harder than you do, but most people exhaust themselves managing money manually, while wealthy people build systems that handle money automatically. Every minute you spend tracking expenses, remembering to save, or manually investing is a minute that could be spent building wealth instead of managing it. Every financial decision you make emotionally is a decision that should have been handled systematically. Automation isn't just convenience, it's the foundation of stress-free wealth building. When your money flows into the right places automatically, you eliminate the psychological friction that destroys most people's financial progress. The secret to building wealth isn't willpower, it's systems that work without willpower. Let me tell you about James. 2 years ago, James was drowning in financial chaos, not because he didn't earn enough, but because he tried to manage every dollar manually. He spent hours every month tracking expenses, deciding where to save, choosing investments, paying bills, and worrying about whether he was making the right financial decisions. James was financially exhausted before he even started building wealth. His bank account would build up, then get depleted by spontaneous purchases. His investment contributions were irregular. Some months he'd save $1,000, other months, nothing. His bills were sometimes late because he forgot to pay them. His emergency fund never grew because emergencies kept coming up. James wasn't financially irresponsible, he was financially inefficient. He was trying to micromanage a system that needed to run automatically. The transformation began when James stopped trying to control every financial decision and started building systems that made optimal decisions without his involvement. He automated his savings, so money left his checking account before he could spend it. He automated his investments, so they happened consistently regardless of his mood or market conditions. He automated his bills, so they were always paid on time. He automated his wealth building, so it happened in the background while he focused on earning more income. Today, James's financial systems run like clockwork. His wealth grows automatically. His bills are paid without thought. His stress about money has virtually disappeared because his money manages itself. James didn't become more disciplined. He became more systematic. The psychology of financial automation. Human psychology works against wealth building in predictable ways. You procrastinate on important but non-urgent financial tasks. You make emotional decisions when markets fluctuate. You spend money when you're stressed, tired, or distracted. You forget to save when life gets busy. Automation removes psychology from finance. Systems don't procrastinate. They don't make emotional decisions. They don't get stressed or distracted. They don't forget. They execute optimal financial behavior consistently, regardless of how you feel. When your wealth building happens automatically, you remove the daily friction that exhausts most people's financial motivation. Instead of deciding whether to save money, you decide how much to save automatically. Instead of choosing when to invest, you invest systematically. Instead of remembering to pay bills, you pay them robotically. The Complete Financial Automation Framework. Income automation. Direct deposit ensures your paycheck flows into your accounts without delay or manual intervention. Multiple accounts can receive predetermined percentages automatically. Savings. Automation. Automatic transfers move money from checking to savings accounts immediately after payday before you can spend it. Pay yourself first, automatically. Investment automation. Dollar cost averaging through automatic investment plans eliminates market timing decisions and ensures consistent wealth building regardless of market conditions. Bill payment automation. Automatic payments prevent late fees, protect credit scores, and eliminate mental energy spent remembering due dates. Expense tracking. Automation. Categorization tools automatically track where money goes, providing insights without manual entry. Emergency fund automation. Systematic building of emergency reserves through small, consistent automatic transfers. Each automation removes a decision point that could derail your financial progress. The investment automation strategy. Investment automation is where wealth building becomes truly passive. Instead of trying to time markets or choose perfect investments, you build systems that invest consistently in quality assets over time. Dollar cost averaging automatically buys more shares when prices are low and fewer shares when prices are high, optimizing your average purchase price without any market prediction. Index fund investing automatically diversifies across hundreds or thousands of companies, reducing risk while capturing market returns. Target date funds automatically adjust allocation between stocks and bonds as you approach retirement, becoming more conservative over time without your intervention. Dividend reinvestment plans automatically use dividend payments to purchase additional shares, compounding your returns without taxes or fees. The most successful investors automate their investment strategy and then ignore market noise. They don't try to beat the market, they automate participation in the market's long-term growth. Automating asset acquisition. Automation applies beyond traditional investments to asset-building strategies. Real estate investment trusts, REITs. Automatic investments in REITs provide real estate exposure without property management responsibilities. Fractional share investing. Automatic purchases of fractional shares allow consistent investment in expensive stocks with small amounts. Precious metals. Automation. Systematic purchases of gold or silver ETFs provide inflation protection through consistent accumulation. Business investment. Automatic transfers to business investment accounts fund future asset purchases or business opportunities. Each automated stream builds a different type of asset, creating diversified wealth without constant attention. The debt elimination automation. Automation also accelerates debt elimination through systematic overpayments. Automatic additional principal payments on mortgages can cut loan terms by decades. Automatic credit card payments prevent interest charges and improve credit scores. Automatic debt avalanche payments focus extra money on highest interest debts first. When debt payments are automated, you eliminate the temptation to spend extra money elsewhere. The debt disappears systematically without requiring ongoing willpower or decision-making. Setting up your automated wealth system. Step 1. Account architecture. Create separate accounts for different purposes: checking for expenses, savings for emergencies, investment accounts for wealth building, and bill-paying accounts for fixed expenses. Step 2. Income allocation. Determine what percentage of income goes to each account automatically, A common allocation might be 60% expenses, 20% savings, 15% investments, 5% fun money. Step 3. Timing optimization. Schedule all automated transfers for 1 to 2 days after payday to ensure funds are available. Stagger transfers to avoid overdraft risks. Step 4. Investment selection. Choose low-cost index funds or ETFs for automated investing. Avoid complex investments that require active management. Step 5. Monitoring systems. Set up alerts and monthly reviews to ensure automations are working correctly without becoming obsessive about daily fluctuations. Step 6. Optimization cycles. Review and adjust automated amounts quarterly based on income changes, goal progress, and life circumstances. Overcoming automation resistance. I want control over my money. Automation gives you more control by ensuring optimal behavior happens consistently. You control the system controls the execution. What if I need the money? Build emergency funds and maintain checking account buffers before automating. Only automate money you don't need for immediate expenses. Automation seems complicated. Start with one automation and add others gradually. Modern banking and investment platforms make automation simple to set up. I want to time the market. Market timing consistently fails. Automation ensures you benefit from long-term market growth without trying to predict short-term movements. What if something goes wrong? Set up alerts and monthly reviews. Automation reduces errors compared to manual management, not increases them. The compound effect of financial automation. Automation creates compound benefits beyond just wealth building. You reduce financial stress because systems handle money management. You save time previously spent on financial tasks. You eliminate late fees and penalties through systematic bill payment. You optimize investment returns through consistent dollar cost averaging. Most importantly, automation frees mental energy for income generation rather than money management. Instead of spending time deciding whether to save $500, you spend time earning an extra $500. Instead of researching investment timing, you focus on building business assets. James's transformation illustrates this compound effect. His automated systems now save him 5+ hours monthly that he previously spent on financial management. His stress about money has virtually disappeared because he knows his systems are handling optimization automatically. His wealth building has accelerated because consistency beats intensity. The Emergency Fund Automation Strategy. One of the most powerful automations addresses financial emergencies before they become crises. Automatic emergency fund building ensures you're prepared for unexpected expenses without derailing your wealth building progress. Set up automatic transfers of $100, $500 monthly into a separate emergency fund until you reach 6 months of expenses. This fund should be easily accessible but separate from daily banking to avoid temptation spending. When emergencies arise, you handle them from designated emergency funds rather than disrupting investment accounts or going into debt. After using emergency funds, the automated replenishment begins immediately, rebuilding your safety net without manual effort. Technology tools for automation. Modern technology makes financial automation simpler than ever. Mobile banking apps allow instant setup of transfers and bill pays. Investment platforms offer one-click automation of contributions and rebalancing. Budgeting apps automatically categorize expenses and track progress toward goals. Artificial intelligence can optimize your automated systems by analyzing spending patterns and suggesting better allocation strategies. Robo-advisors automatically manage entire investment portfolios based on your goals and risk tolerance. The key is choosing tools that integrate well together rather than managing multiple disconnected systems. Simplicity in your automation technology ensures the systems actually work as intended. Your automated wealth future. The goal of financial automation isn't to stop thinking about money, it's to think about money strategically rather than tactically. Systems handle the repetitive execution while you focus on wealth-building strategy. When your money flows automatically into savings, investments, and asset purchases, you transform from someone who manages money to someone whose money manages itself. That transformation creates the mental space and stress reduction necessary for building serious wealth. Start with one automation this week. Automate your savings transfer. Next week, automate an investment contribution. The following week, automate a bill payment. Build your automated wealth system incrementally until money management becomes invisible. The wealthy don't manage money. They automate money management and focus on money multiplication. Your financial stress ends when your financial systems begin. Chapter 7. Design passive income. Streams that never stop. Active income dies with your effort. Passive income lives forever. The difference between the two determines whether you retire wealthy or work until you die. Most people spend their entire careers building one income stream, their job. When that stream stops, their lifestyle collapses. But wealthy people build multiple passive income streams that flow independently, creating financial security that survives any single income loss. Passive income isn't just money you earn while sleeping. It's freedom from the anxiety that comes with depending on your physical presence for survival. It's the foundation of true financial independence. The goal isn't to replace your job overnight. It's to build income streams that eventually make your job optional. Let me tell you about Rachel. 3 years ago, Rachel was a successful marketing director earning $85,000 annually. She was respected, well compensated, and completely trapped. Every dollar of her income required her presence, performance, and permission from others to continue. Rachel realized she was building someone else's passive income streams while creating none of her own. Her expertise was generating millions for her employer while she collected a salary that disappeared if she ever stopped working. The transformation began when Rachel decided to monetize her marketing knowledge through multiple passive channels simultaneously. Instead of choosing one strategy, she built a portfolio of income streams that reinforced each other. She started with an online course teaching small business marketing, then added affiliate marketing through content creation, then built a membership site for ongoing marketing training, then created marketing templates and tools for automated sales. Each stream started small but grew consistently. Her first course earned $2,000 in the first month. Her affiliate marketing generated $500. Her membership site attracted 50 subscribers at 29 months. Her templates sold $300 worth. Today, Rachel's passive income portfolio generates $12,000 monthly from sources that operate independently, $4,500 from online courses that sell automatically, $3,200 from membership site subscriptions, $2,000 from affiliate marketing commissions, $400 from template and tool sales, $800 from dividend investments funded by business profits. Rachel didn't just replace her job income, she exceeded it while working fewer hours and having complete location freedom. The 7 streams of passive income. Truly wealthy people don't rely on 1 or 2 income sources. They build portfolios of passive streams that work together to create unshakable financial foundations. investment income. Dividends from stocks, interest from bonds, distributions from REITs, and capital gains from appreciating assets. This traditional passive income requires capital but generates reliable cash flow. Business systems, income. Profits from businesses that operate without your daily involvement through employees, automation, or licensing. The business becomes an asset that pays you to own it. Digital product income. Revenue from online courses, ebooks, software, apps, or digital tools that sell automatically through online platforms. Create once, sell indefinitely. Content monetization. Income from YouTube ad revenue, podcast sponsorships, blog advertising, or social media partnerships. Your audience becomes your asset. Real estate income. Rental income from properties, whether direct ownership or through real estate crowdfunding platforms. Real estate provides cash flow plus appreciation. Licensing and royalties. Income from intellectual property, like patents, trademarks, copyrights, or licensing deals. Your ideas generate ongoing revenue without ongoing effort. Affiliate and partnership income. Commissions from promoting other people's products or services through systematic marketing efforts. Revenue from relationships and recommendations. The most successful passive income builders diversify across multiple streams, so they're never dependent on any single source. The passive income development timeline. Building passive income requires patience and strategic thinking. Most streams start active and become passive through systematization and optimization. Months, 1 to 6, foundation building. Choose 1 to 2 income stream types that match your skills and interests. Focus on creating valuable products or systems rather than immediate income. Investment in this phase exceeds returns. Months, 17 to 12, revenue generation. Your first streams begin generating consistent but modest income. Use early profits to fund additional stream development. Optimize and systematize existing streams for better automation. Months 13-24, scaling and diversification. Add additional stream types to diversify income sources. Reinvest profits into expanding successful streams. Begin experiencing meaningful passive income that reduces job dependency. Years 2 to 5, freedom achievement. Multiple mature streams generate significant passive income. Total passive income approaches or exceeds job income. Financial freedom becomes reality rather than goal. The timeline varies based on starting capital, chosen strategies, and execution consistency, but the progression remains predictable. Overcoming passive income. Myths. Passive income isn't really passive. True passive income requires upfront work to create systems that then operate independently. The work shifts from daily maintenance to periodic optimization. You need money to make money. Many passive income streams require more time than money initially. Digital products, content creation, and skill monetization can start with minimal capital investment. It takes too long. Building significant passive income does take time, but the alternative is working for 40+ years hoping traditional retirement works. Passive income can create freedom much faster. It's too risky. Having one income source, your job, is riskier than having multiple passive streams. Diversification reduces risk while increasing opportunity. I don't know how. Passive income skills can be learned like any other skills. Start with one stream, master it, then expand to others based on experience. The passive income optimization strategy. Start with skills. Your existing knowledge and abilities provide the fastest path to your first passive income streams. What you know today can become income tomorrow. Validate before building. Test market demand for your ideas before investing significant time or money, pre-sell courses, survey audiences, or offer services before creating products. Systematize everything. Document processes, automate repetitive tasks, and build systems that operate without your constant involvement. Systems create true passivity. Reinvest strategically. Use early passive income to fund additional streams rather than lifestyle upgrades. Compound your income growth before increasing expenses. Focus on scalability. Choose streams that can grow without proportional increases in effort. Digital products scale better than service-based income. Build audiences. Most passive income streams benefit from audiences. Invest time in building email lists, social media followings, or customer databases. Quality over quantity. Better to have 3 strong passive income streams than 10 weak ones. Focus creates impact and income. The technology advantage. Modern technology has revolutionized passive income creation. Platforms exist for every type of stream. Course platforms automatically deliver digital education and process payments. Affiliate networks connect you with products to promote. Print-on-demand services handle product creation and fulfillment. Investment platforms enable automated portfolio management. The infrastructure for passive income now exists at scale, reducing barriers and increasing accessibility for anyone willing to build systematically. Common passive income mistakes. Choosing quick money over long-term streams. Sustainable passive income builds slowly but lasts indefinitely. Quick money schemes usually require constant effort to maintain. Perfectionism paralysis. Waiting for perfect products or timing prevents launching. Better to start imperfectly and improve based on feedback. Neglecting existing streams. Once income streams are established, they still need periodic attention to remain profitable. Passive doesn't mean abandoned. Lifestyle inflation. Too early. Increasing expenses as passive income grows prevents compounding. Keep expenses stable while income streams multiply. Lack of diversification. Relying on one stream type or platform creates vulnerability. Spread income sources across different categories and platforms. The freedom formula. Financial freedom occurs when your passive income exceeds your living expenses. This formula is simple but profound. Passive income. Living expenses. Financial freedom. This isn't about becoming millionaire. It's about creating enough reliable passive income to cover your lifestyle without needing employment. Rachel achieved this formula in 30 months. Her $12,000 monthly passive income exceeds her $8,000 monthly expenses by $4,000, providing both security and growth capital. The excess passive income continues building additional streams, creating compound growth that accelerates financial independence. Passive income mindset shifts. Building passive income requires fundamental mindset changes from traditional employment thinking. From trading time to building systems. Stop thinking about earning per hour and start thinking about creating value that scales infinitely. From immediate income to delayed returns. Accept smaller immediate returns in exchange for larger long-term passive flows. From perfection to iteration. Launch imperfect income streams and improve them based on real market feedback. From single source to portfolio thinking. Build multiple streams for security rather than depending on one large source. From consumer to creator. Shift from spending money to buy things to investing time to build income-generating assets. These mental shifts determine success more than tactics or strategies. The right mindset makes passive income inevitable. The multiplication effect. The most powerful aspect of passive income is how streams multiply each other's effectiveness. One successful course leads to speaking opportunities. A popular blog enables affiliate partnerships. A membership site creates authority for consulting offers. Each stream becomes a platform for building additional streams, creating exponential rather than linear income growth. This multiplication effect is why starting with one stream and expanding systematically works better than trying to build everything simultaneously. Your passive income portfolio design. Start by choosing one stream type that matches your current skills and interests. Master that stream until it generates consistent income. Then add complementary streams that leverage your existing work. Rachel's portfolio illustrates effective stream combination. Her marketing knowledge created the foundation course. That course built an audience for membership site. The audience enabled affiliate marketing. The authority supported template sales. Each stream reinforced the others. Design your portfolio for synergy, not just diversity. Streams that work together grow faster than isolated income sources. The liberation of passive income. When your income becomes disconnected from your hours, everything changes. You can travel without losing money. You can take risks without threatening survival. You can say no to opportunities that don't align with your values. Passive income doesn't just change your bank account, it changes your identity. You transform from someone who works for money to someone whose assets work for them. That transformation is worth more than the money itself. It's the foundation of true wealth, time, choice, and freedom. Your passive income empire starts with your first stream. Build it systematically, optimize it continuously, and expand it strategically. Financial freedom isn't a destination, it's a design, and passive income is how you build it. Chapter 8. Protect and scale your wealth for lifetime security. Building wealth is only half the battle. Protecting and scaling it is what separates the temporarily rich from the generationally wealthy. You've learned to stop trading time for money. You've rewired your money mindset. You've built digital assets, monetized your skills, invested in real assets, automated your systems, and designed passive income streams. Now comes the ultimate test. Can you keep what you've built and multiply it for life? Most people who achieve financial success lose it within a generation because they never learn wealth preservation and scaling strategies. They build assets but leave them vulnerable to taxes, inflation, market crashes, and poor decisions. True wealth isn't just about accumulation, it's about protection, optimization, and perpetual growth. The 3 pillars of wealth security. Legal protection. Structuring your assets to minimize taxes, protect against lawsuits, and ensure proper inheritance. Wealthy people don't just earn money, they organize it strategically. Risk management. Diversifying across asset types, time horizons, and geographic regions to survive any economic environment. No single event should be able to destroy your wealth. Systematic scaling. Reinvesting returns to compound growth while maintaining lifestyle stability. Your wealth should grow faster than your expenses indefinitely. Each pillar works with the others to create wealth that survives and thrives regardless of external circumstances. Asset protection strategies. As your wealth grows, so does your need for protection. Legal structures like LLCs, trusts, and offshore accounts aren't just for the ultra-wealthy. They're tools for anyone building significant assets. Business entities protect personal assets from business liabilities. Trusts provide tax advantages and inheritance planning. International diversification protects against domestic, economic, or political instability. Insurance becomes crucial as assets multiply. Umbrella policies protect against major lawsuits. Disability insurance protects your income-generating ability. Term life insurance protects your family's financial future. The goal isn't tax avoidance, it's tax optimization through legal strategies that preserve more of what you earn for reinvestment and scaling. The scaling multiplication system. Wealth scaling requires systematic reinvestment of returns into higher-yielding assets. As your portfolio grows, you gain access to investments unavailable to smaller investors. Phase 1, APRA Pseudo 100K. Focus on high-growth assets like index funds, REITs, and business building. Prioritize accumulation over income at this stage. Phase 2, 100K, 500K. Add real estate investments, dividend growth stocks, and business partnerships. Balance growth with income generation. Phase 3, 500K plus. Access private equity, real estate syndications, business acquisitions, and alternative investments. Optimize for tax-efficient wealth multiplication. Each phase builds on the previous one, with strategies becoming more sophisticated as capital grows. The generational wealth mindset. True wealth builders think beyond their own lifetime. They build assets that benefit their children and grandchildren while creating positive impact in the world. Estate planning ensures wealth transfers efficiently to chosen beneficiaries. Family education teaches wealth preservation principles to future generations. Charitable giving creates tax advantages while supporting meaningful causes. The goal isn't just to die rich, it's to build wealth systems that continue growing long after you're gone. Wealth preservation during crisis. Economic downturns, market crashes, and personal crises test every wealth-building strategy. The wealthy survive these events because they prepare for them systematically. Emergency funds covering 12-plus months of expenses provide stability during income disruptions. Diversified assets perform differently during various economic cycles. International exposure protects against domestic economic problems. Crisis often creates the greatest wealth-building opportunities for those prepared to act. Market crashes enable asset purchases at discounted prices. Economic uncertainty drives people toward proven wealth builders for partnership and investment. Your wealth legacy blueprint. Years 1 to 2. Focus on asset accumulation and automated systems. Build foundation wealth through consistent investment and business building. Years 3 to 5. Implement basic asset protection strategies. Establish business entities, insurance coverage, and tax optimization systems. Years 6 to. Scale into sophisticated investments and partnerships. Access private markets and alternative asset classes. Years 11 plus. Focus on wealth preservation, family education, and legacy creation. Optimize for multi-generational wealth transfer. This timeline adapts to individual circumstances but provides a framework for lifelong wealth development. The technology evolution. Wealth management technology continues advancing rapidly. Robo-advisors handle portfolio optimization automatically Cryptocurrency provides new asset classes and inflation hedges. Artificial intelligence improves investment decision-making. Stay informed about technological developments that enhance wealth building and protection. Early adoption of beneficial technologies creates competitive advantages in wealth accumulation. But remember, technology is a tool, not a strategy. The principles of wealth building remain constant even as the tools evolve. Focus on fundamentals first, then leverage technology to optimize and scale. Advanced wealth optimization techniques. As your assets grow, sophisticated strategies become available that can dramatically accelerate wealth building. Tax loss, harvesting. Systematically realizing investment losses to offset gains and reduce tax burden while maintaining market exposure. Asset location. Optimization, placing different asset types in accounts that minimize their tax impact. High-growth assets in tax-deferred accounts. Income assets in tax-free accounts. Charitable remainder trusts. Donating appreciated assets to charity while retaining income streams, providing tax deductions and estate planning benefits. Business structure. Optimization. Using multiple entity types to minimize taxes while maximizing asset protection and operational flexibility. These strategies require professional guidance but can preserve hundreds of thousands in taxes over a lifetime of wealth building. The continuous learning imperative. Wealth building is a skill that improves with study and practice. Markets evolve, tax laws change, new investment opportunities emerge, and economic conditions shift. The wealthy stay wealthy by staying educated. Read financial literature regularly. Attend investment seminars. Connect with other wealth builders. Hire qualified advisors for complex strategies. Consider your financial education an investment that pays dividends for life. Never stop learning because the world never stops changing. Your ability to adapt and optimize determines whether your wealth grows or stagnates over time. Common wealth destruction patterns. Lifestyle inflation. Increasing expenses as income grows prevents wealth accumulation. Maintain expense discipline even as income multiplies. Overconfidence. Success in one area leading to poor decisions in others. Stay humble and continue learning as wealth grows. Family conflicts. Inheritance disputes destroying generational wealth. Clear communication and legal structures prevent family destruction. Tax neglect. Ignoring tax implications of wealth-building strategies. Professional tax planning preserves significantly more wealth over time. Concentration. Risk. Too much wealth in single assets, industries, or regions. Diversification protects against catastrophic loss. Understanding these patterns helps you avoid the mistakes that destroy wealth faster than it can be built. Your transformation complete. 18 months ago, you were trading time for money, stressed about bills, and worried about your financial future. You believed wealth was for other people, those with better connections, more education, or lucky breaks. Today, you understand that wealth is a system, not a secret. It's built through mindset shifts, strategic asset building, and systematic execution. It's available to anyone willing to learn the principles and apply them consistently. You've moved from financial victim to financial architect, from surviving paycheck to designing passive income streams, from trading hours for dollars to building assets that work 24/7. But this isn't the end. It's the beginning of your wealthy life. The same Monday morning, different life. Remember that Monday morning from The Hook? The 6 a.m. alarm, the dread, the feeling of trading your life for survival money? That Monday still exists, but you don't live there anymore. Now you wake up knowing your assets earned money while you slept. Your investment accounts grew overnight. Your digital products generated sales automatically. Your real estate appreciated in value. Your passive income streams flowed regardless of your schedule. You check your phone not to see how many hours you need to work, but to see how much your wealth systems earned without you. That's the transformation you've built, not through luck, inheritance, or connections, through knowledge, discipline, and systematic execution. Your wealthy future begins now. You now possess something more valuable than money, the knowledge to create money systematically and repeatedly. Even if you lost everything tomorrow, you could rebuild because you understand the principles of wealth creation. You know how to think like a wealth builder. You know how to identify and create assets. You know how to automate systems and generate passive income. You know how to protect and scale what you build. Most importantly, you know that wealth isn't about greed or materialism. It's about freedom, choice, and the ability to live life on your terms while creating value for others. Your assets are working for you now. Your systems are building wealth automatically. Your future is secure because you designed it deliberately. You're no longer trading time for money. You've built assets that pay you forever. Welcome to your wealthy life.